A Moscow court has sentenced Russia's former Economy Minister Alexei Ulyukayev to 8 years in a harsh regime prison for bribery. He was also fined 130 rubles, $2.2 million, 1.6 meters. He is the first minister to stand trial in Russia's recent history. Ulyukayev, 61, was arrested in 2016, accused of trying to extort $2 million from state oil firm Rosneft to approve its purchase of another oil firm. He was accused by the Rosneft boss, who is close to President Vladimir Putin. Rosneft boss Igor Sakhin was asked to testify but did not turn up. It was a security service sting operation involving Mr. Sakhin last November that put Mr. Ulyukayev in the dock. Ulyukayev denied the charges and alleged he was framed. The verdict read out by the judge said Ulyukayev had made use of his position in order to demand from Rosneft chief Sakhin a bribe, in exchange for giving approval for the purchase of state-owned Bashneft. At the same time he told Sakhin he would in future obstruct the company's activities if it rebuffed him, the verdict added. Oleg Feoktistov, a former Secret Service officer who worked for Mr. Sakhin, testified that the bribery had taken place on the sidelines of a BRICS forum in Goa, India. Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa form the BRICS group. Using 2 fingers he indicated the sum he wanted to receive, which was equivalent to $2 million, Mr. Feoktistov said, citing what Mr. Sakhin had told him. Kremlin tensions. Before being prosecuted, Ulyukayev was an influential liberal in the Russian elite but not part of President Putin's inner circle. Mr. Sakhin's close ties to Mr. Putin go back to the Soviet era, when they were both KGB Secret Service officers. On Thursday Mr. Putin shrugged off Mr. Sakhin's failure to testify in court. The president said the court had enough materials for the case, including information that Mr. Sakhin had provided. The case has highlighted rivalries at the apex of Russian politics, BBC Russian reports. Mr. Sakhin's version of events prevailed and inconsistencies have emerged in the case against Ulyukayev, BBC Russian reporter Sergei Goryashko says. Ulyukayev insisted he was innocent, saying he had no idea a bag given to him by Mr. Sakhin contained money. He said he thought it was expensive wine which, allegedly, Mr. Sakhin often presents to business partners along with specialty sausages, as gifts. According to former Kremlin public relations manager Gleb Pavlovsky, the case showed that anyone with money can put anybody in jail in today's Russia.